How many of you feel the problem you are facing is the low income which you earn? What if I tell you the problem is with your money personality type? How many of you feel that you require financial freedom to make your life the best, but you have no idea where to start? Hi, this is Anirudh Bellare here. Welcome to the 15th video of Your Best Financial Life. In today's video, you are going to learn the 5 different types of money personalities, which could be you. If you know what type of money personality you are, it will be better for you to take informed decisions in your life. And it is my request that you watch this video till end. Let's move on to the first point. Your first point is the most easiest. What do I mean by the word easy? Everyone does it, or most of them do it. It's called spender. Now see, who is a spender? Spender is someone, I'll give you an example of Raju again. Now this Raju guy, he earns 15,000 rupees per month. It's calculated in rupees, Indian symbol. Rupees 15,000 rupees. Now this 15,000 rupees earned by Raju, knowing his personality type, he's a spender. Now what does a spender do? When his salary gets credited to his account, he tends to keep spending it. Like Raju felt like buying shoes, he bought it. He felt like buying clothes, he bought it. All the necessities of his life and all the other requirements he keeps spending. And then he feels, wait, 15,000 rupees, too less, man. I need more. And then he swipes his credit card. And unknowingly, the credit card bill for the next month, it doubles his amount. It comes up to around 30,000 rupees for the next month. How will he arrange this 30,000 rupees? If he doesn't arrange this 30,000 rupees, do you know what will happen? He will have to immediately pay that amount. Otherwise, the bank will come and seize any of his assets from home or whatever it is. Now understand, this is just an example. Basically a hypothetical example of Raju earning 15,000 rupees. It could be you. Know your personality type. That's why I mentioned in this video, I will be giving you the 5 types of money personality type. If you know this concept, it will be easier for you to understand where you are going wrong, and it's not about wrong. How you can understand the mistakes which you could stop doing, or not even stop, you can slowly start to decrease. Whether it's your credit card or whether it's your management of your money or whatever you do. My purpose of creating this video is to give you awareness on this topic. So a spender person, you never know where he spends. Unless you have the financial capability to spend more than your budget. See, I have learned this rule. I'll give you an example. Suppose I'm buying my sports shoes, and give for some example of the sports shoe, it comes to around rupees 5,000. Now this rupees 5,000, see, understand, I might be having 5,000 rupees in my account, but do you know what is important? The most important thing here is, and the most important concept, if I don't have at least double or triple this amount in my bank account, if I don't have anywhere between 10k to 15k rupees in my bank account, then it doesn't make sense for me to go with this purchase. Do you know why? It is always good to have that luxurious balance, not luxurious, that extra added balance. Or you can do one more thing, which I have been doing. If say you don't have 10,000 or 15,000, the doubled amount of what you are going to spend on, 5,000 rupees you spent, that I spent on the shoes, make it a habit. I do make it a habit that in the next month, that 5,000 rupees which I spent the previous month for my shoes, the next month it will go for my investments. And you know why? Because it is going to be those investments which will help you in some or the other way. I'm not telling investments or spending is good or bad. Just inculcate that thought in your mind, and it will be very, very important. And that's why I say either you have double or triple the amount in your bank account, or the next month you invest the same amount which you had used for your purchase. Let's move on to the second point. Your second point is an interesting concept which comes under the similar personality concept, a saver. Now, who is a saver? You take the exact same example of Raju. He is earning what? I mentioned 10,000 rupees. Okay, whatever. He's earning 10,000 rupees. Now, this Raju, he's a very stingy guy in this example. What do you mean by stingy guy? Have you heard this term? I'll just write it down. Penny wise, pound foolish. Now, what do I mean by this term penny wise, pound foolish? Understand, when you go to a vegetable market, a local market, you tend to bargain with these people, telling that, could you give me this so and so vegetable for a lesser price? And when it comes to buying costlier items, you tend to feel, no, it is too costly. So what I'm trying to tell, you try to save around 10 or 100 rupees just for an vegetable, but when it comes to buying a costly item, you don't do anything. You don't do anything in the sense, you feel that it's too costly. Now see, I'm just beating around the bush. I'll come to the point and say, when it comes to saving 1 or 2 rupees, you wholeheartedly say, no, I want to save this amount, I want to save this amount. But when it comes to buying on something which is very important for you, you feel it's too costly. Now, why does this happen? This happens because of your mental conditioning. And if you understand this concept of penny wise, pound foolish, it will be really helpful for you. Because you can stop using it. If you choose to use it, you could use it as well. But my understanding here is to give you awareness of this video, especially the saver concept, because you should know what personality type you are when it comes to your money. Otherwise, you will not know what are you doing, and it will eventually harm you in the long run. That's why I say, whether you are a spender, saver, you need to be very, very vigilant. You need to know where your money is going, and you need to be sharp. And always, if you buy any costly item, just ensure even half of that amount in the next month you tend to invest it in whatever you want. But do invest it for your future. Let's move on to the third point. The third point here is avoider. What is the meaning of this word avoider? Simple meaning, the person who avoids stuff. Now in this context, the person who avoids dealing with money. Same Raju example, he got his 10,000 rupees. Raju chooses not to understand where his money is going. He's like, okay, 10,000 rupees is coming into my account. Hey, it's okay. I don't want to take any important decision with it. I just want to live my, be a carefree life. I don't want to learn any financial investments. Neither do I want to do anything with the money. I just want to ensure that I'm at peace and I understand that money is coming into my account. That's it. Now, what does this imply? It solely implies that the person here, Raju, he is not giving importance on how to multiply his money. He just wants to keep it safe in his bank account, which eventually the money amount will start getting slowly reduced because of inflation. That's why, being an avoider, you tend to avoid the important concepts, and you need to understand whether it's your investments or whether it's being vigilant with your money. It becomes at most important. Let's move on to a similar avoider concept but with a little bit of twist. This is called the monk concept. Now, who is a monk? See, monk is a person who feels a similar way as an avoider. He wants to live his life carefree. He doesn't want to take tension about where his money is coming from, where is it going from. Basically, monk has multiple sources of income which keeps getting credited into his account, and he doesn't want to invest it. He just wants to leave it idle. So what is the difference between an avoider and a monk? See, monk at least has the knowledge about reading financial statements, having a glance at businesses when it comes to investments. Even though he chooses not to invest, but at least he has idea. The avoider, he is extremely free in the sense he doesn't do all of this research, neither does he hire people for research. He just keeps his money in his bank account. Now, being a monk, what happens? You still choose not to invest. And I'm not making a point that if you don't invest, it's a problem for you. You need to understand there needs to be an amount set aside which grows despite inflation so that it should not harm your future when you are in extreme need of money. And that is why I'm emphasizing the word investing, because I don't want your financial future to become ruined. I'm sorry if I might have stuttered here, but still. That's why I keep telling the concept of investing, financial statements, balance sheet, cash flow, income statement, and what not. Because whether you're a commerce student or whatever student, it is very important for you to know all these concepts. And if you don't know, you can as well use the internet, or you can watch videos as mine. You will at least get help. And I'm here for this. Let's move on to the fifth point. Now, the fifth point is what I was emphasizing before, the investor. Now, see, I'll give you an example of mine. I consider myself as an investor. Why? Whenever whatever amount gets credited into my bank account, I choose to invest half of that amount, which will go into my investments, and later the remaining amount in my bank account will be chosen to be spent on wants and needs. Now, I'm not telling you investor is one of the best. I'm just telling you this is a way by which you can run your life. If you do this systematically, you don't have to think about your investments, and that is one good thing I can tell about investor. But it solely depends on you whether you take personal interest to study these companies and businesses before you invest in the stock market or wherever you want. And that is why all these 5 concepts become important. Now see, there may be a lot of people who may be cribbing about their salary, saying, my salary is not enough, I have worked so much. But understand, when you know to manage that amount of salary which gets credited into your account, the day when you start earning a higher salary, it will become comparatively easier for you. That's why I always say, start small. And when you start small and keep climbing the staircase, there will be a time when you will have a lot of responsibility to manage more. And that's when these small steps which you have done in the past will help you extremely. And that is what I want for you. And I'm emphasizing the topic that every huge step which has to be achieved, always you have to start it small. These 5 concepts, you can use any one of them. If you choose to, you may not use, it's okay. I am here to give you this value and knowledge. and I want the best for you. If you really like this video, please do share it with a lot of friends. And if you feel this has given your time a lot of worth, you can do subscribe to this channel. And this will be a very big motivation for me to continue making videos like this for you, because you are the customer here. Customer in the sense, you are the person who has taken out your precious time to watch this video. I'm really thankful so much. And you can choose to be whatever out of these 5 financial concepts which have given you. I mean, your personality type of money. But at the end, I would like to tell, if you have taken at least one important point from this, you can write it down in the comment section. And I would be very happy to respond to it. Thank you so much.